Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And when you visit Toyhax.com, make sure and use my monthly promo code to save 15% off your order. So yes, 15% off when you use my promo code right here. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another top 5 video. And as usual, the idea for this video came to me while I'm cleaning up the office in here. I see a couple of figures and this idea pops in my head and I figure I better film it while it's still fresh. Now, those of you who know me and have been subscribed to this channel for quite some time know that I am a huge G1er. I mean, I grew up with G1. Now, I'm not the type of G1er that doesn't appreciate other lines of Transformers, because I do, but G1 is my heart and soul. I mean, I was born in the 70s. I'm a child of the 80s. The 80s was absolutely awesome. We had the best music, the best movies, the best toys, the best cartoons. And speaking of toys, if you were a fan of a toy line, man, we had it all back then. Not only did we have the toys, we had cartoons. Some of us, you know, we got movies, we got lunch boxes, we've got the comic books, we had sticker activity books, we had storybooks with records. You guys remember records? Google it. And we had friggin' notebooks to go to school with, man. So we had so much cool stuff. I miss the 80s. I tell my son about the 80s all the time. I mean, he's missing out because he just does not have what we had back then. I mean, hell, we had arcades, roller rinks. I could go on and on. But this video is about figures or toys. And, you know, as many 80s figures as many G1s and 80s figures that I have back there, you know, it's mainly, man, I can't talk this, it's early. You know, this whole collecting of G1s is mainly due to this nostalgia factor. I mean, I'm getting figures that I had as a kid, some that I didn't have, but there are some in my collection that every time I look at or mess with, they immediately take me back to when I was a kid. And I want to share those figures with you guys. A couple of them may be quite unexpected, so enough of me rambling on. Let's go ahead and show off my top 5 nostalgic figures. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Starting off with number 5 is GoBot's Screwhead. And the reason this guy is on my list is this figure right here was my very first transforming toy. I was with my grandfather at a Rose's or a Hills. We went down the toy aisle, and of course Papa was like, pick yourself out something. And I looked around, I saw this guy, the packaging looked so cool, and he transforms into a drill tank. I mean, come on, drill tanks were all the rage in the 80s. I mean, you got this thing going on, it just looks absolutely awesome. I had to have it. Papa bought him for me, and I played with this guy for hours. I was just amazed with what he could do. I mean, we got a robot that turns into a vehicle, a badass vehicle at that. What in the world? My life has now changed. Now, let's take a quick look at Screwhead. He can rotate his head a complete 360. The arms rotate around. He's got a knee bend due to transformation. Very simple articulation. Of course, this was back in the 80s. This is one of the first ones. Don't know why I put a Decepticon insignia on him. I did that a long time ago. He's in fairly decent shape. I mean, he's not bad. Robot mode looks great. I love it. He's got that red visor. He's a bad guy. He's a renegade. I'll show that transformation again. Very simple. You bring the arms in, you fold the legs up and over along with the feet, and there we go. He's got tracks on both sides. Don't know why, but looks cool. Chrome's kind of messed up. He's got some scratched up paint. The sticker up here for the cockpit looks okay. Like I said, you can rotate the screw if you want, but you're going to see the robot's face. Now, all in all, it's really cool, and I totally blame this figure right here for what I do now. So there's my number 5 GoBots Screwhead. My number 4 is another not Transformer. This is Creeper from the Converters line, and the reason he's on the list, this was my first transforming figure that I bought with my own money. I earned money back in the day mowing yards. Once again, I'm with my papa. I mowed his yard. He gave me $5. I remember going to the store, looking at the figures, saw this guy, and had to get him because he just looks awesome. I mean, look at that head sculpt. It's got an evil red visor, got a red crest right there, chrome head, beautiful sticker details on the chest. I mean, this guy looks awesome. Got them big old antennas hanging off his back. I mean, I had to get him. And for the longest time, this figure right here was the leader of my bad guy robots. Before I got into Transformers, I just had a blend of all kinds of different transforming robots, and I made this guy the leader because, well, he just looks totally awesome. Let's see, he's got very little head articulation. The arms can do a complete 360. They can also go out and in. Legs can go forward. They can go back slightly, but they're going to hit that backpack back there. And a little bit of articulation with the legs hanging off. As you probably guess, he turns into some kind of beast. So let's get him transformed. Oh, and I love the gun. He's got this beautiful chrome blaster. And I remember as a kid, I lost this blaster and I was absolutely sick. So getting Creeper transformed, what we're going to do is you lift up the back and you're going to fold or flip the arms back underneath the backpack, like so. Get the antennas out of the way. Go ahead and flip the bug head up over the robot head. And then, it's been a while since I transformed him. Just squeeze the legs in all the way, just like so. You're going to fold the shell over the legs here. Make sure you get those legs out. And there we have Creeper in his beetle mode. And he's a pretty decent looking beetle. He is a robot beetle for sure. Big chrome head, big orange eyes, and I love the rubber antennas. It's just so cool. You don't make them like that anymore. Big old decals here on the back that looks so good. I mean, this one I got off eBay quite a few years ago. I had to get another one in my collection, and I was amazed how good a shape he is. So there you go. There is my number 4 Converters Creeper. Number 3 is Generation 1 Gears. And the reason Gears is on my list, Gears was my very first Transformers figure. I got Gears at a Sunday school Christmas gift exchange, and I was so happy to finally get a Transformer. One of my first experiences with the Transformers was issue number 3 of the Marvel Comics series, where Gears teamed up with Spider-Man. So I thought it was so cool to get Gears, and I loved this toy. This one just made my day, made me a pure Transformers fan, because after I got Gears, I got no other transforming robot figure except for Transformers after Gears here. So, of course, Gears looks nothing like his cartoon and comic book counterpart, but still, you love him. He's Gears, man. You cannot love Gears. Articulation, the arms can rotate, knees can bend, that's it. He's G1. Super simple transformation. Squeeze the arms together, flip up the back. Now this transformation here is pretty much what almost every 80s transforming robot did. And Gears turned into this pretty cool looking truck. Got some chrome here on the front, red on the back, got black for the windows. I mean, there you go. And you can't go wrong with Gears. Gears is just pure nostalgia. he's a little loose. This is an original G1. I have the reissue that came out not too long ago. It's over there on my wall. But this is the original. I mean, I love this toy. This one, for sure, takes me back every time I mess with him. So, there you go. Number 3, G1 Gears. Number 2 is Generation 1 Optimus Prime. I mean, you cannot go wrong with Optimus here. I mean, this is like the face of Transformers, and the reason he is on my list, I got Optimus Prime for Christmas 1984 from my grandparents on my mother's side. Now, these are the grandparents. Every Christmas and birthday, you always got clothes from them. So when I got Optimus Prime from my grandparents, I was floored. And not to mention, it's friggin' Optimus Prime. I saw this guy in the comics. I saw him on the cartoons. Now I had Optimus Prime in my hands, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, you don't get more nostalgic than G1 Prime. He's like like I said, he's the face of Transformers, and I was so happy to get this guy. Of course, this isn't my original. My original was gone a long time ago. I got this guy. Actually found him at a yard sale years ago, and I was floored that he came with the fists. So, I mean, I got the gun off Bert the Stormtrooper. He had an extra gun, but I was so happy to get a G1 Prime back in my collection. And I think, I can't wait. The Missing Link Prime's coming out this year, which gives this guy a ton more articulation. So I cannot wait to have those two, or at least, yeah, Missing Link with G1 Prime right here. I mean, this one, like I said, man, just immediately takes me back every time I touch G1 Prime. Taking a closer look at him, beautiful head sculpt, beautiful paint job. He's got the translucent windows right there. He's got brand new decals thanks to Toyhax. Rubber tires. I mean, always liked how he held the, I don't know if that's the magazine he's holding the weapon, but I always thought it was funny he didn't hold the weapon by the handle. But yeah, that's just pure nostalgia right there. And if you didn't know, let's get in Transform. The original Prime was a parts former. Everybody complains about that, but hey, that's how Transformers started out. Take the fists off, flip the head back, fold the arms around, bring them in this way, bring the legs back, feet up, and there we go. There is Prime in his cab mode. Looks awesome. I love it. Let's bring in the trailer, of course, connect that, and there we go. G1 Optimus Prime. And this guy had so much playability as well. You played with Prime as the robot. You had the trailer that opened up into the command center. Oh, this toy just brings back so many memories. A great Transformer figure. And why I've never reviewed him, I have no idea. So there's my number 2 G1 Optimus Prime. Last but not least, my number 1 nostalgic figure is G1 Megatron. I got Megatron the same Christmas I got Optimus Prime. I got Megatron from my grandparents on my dad's side. My papa, who I've already talked about, he's the one that got me Megatron. So Christmas '84, I got Megatron, I got Prime, I got Soundwave, I got Ratchet, I got Sunstreaker. Man, Christmas '84 was awesome. The reason Megatron hits all those buttons for me, those nostalgic buttons, is not only is Megatron a classic Transformer, a Transformer we're never going to see again like this, and I'll show you why here in a moment, but I played with him so much. I played with him not only in robot mode, but his gun mode. I mean, when I was a kid, we played cops and robbers. We played guns. It wasn't no big deal back then, and I used Megatron as my gun when I was out playing. So before we get into gun mode, I'm kind of getting ahead. I want to show you the articulation of Megatron. His articulation is super simple. The arms rotate, and that's pretty much it. He can move his hips, but yeah, that's it. He's a brick. He is a glorious brick, but a brick nonetheless. And he looks nothing like the Megatron we know and love from the TV series or the comic books. So let's go ahead and transform Megatron into his gun mode. The mode we'll probably never see again, as I mentioned. We'll go ahead. I'm always nervous transforming Megatron. We're going to unsnap the back. Let's go ahead and collapse these arms. Flip the barrel around right here. Close this up. Rotate that around. Bring the arms up. Bring the arms up. See, I could do this a little faster, but I am nervous. I don't want to have to rebuy a Megatron. Take them squeaky legs, fold those back, clip them together, shove the feet in, bring the handle up, and there's Megatron in his heavy gun mode. He's got a lot of die cast, got a nice clicky trigger right there. Yeah, I love this. Megatron is also the one, anytime somebody comes up to my office, I show Megatron off, explain to him that, back in the 80s, it was no big deal that he turned into a gun. But now, thanks to toy laws, we will never see that again. Looking through the scope right there. Now, he does come with the attachments. He's got the stock and the silencer. I'm not going to bring those out. Those are in storage, plus they won't all fit in camera. Yeah, I love this. And like I said, when I was out playing Cops and Robbers or Adventure, I always brought Megatron out. He was my gun as a kid. I had so much fun with this toy up until the time I accidentally dropped him down the stairs and broke him. His arm broke off. I couldn't get it fixed. I tried super gluing, it wouldn't connect. I was absolutely devastated as a child when I broke Megatron. And funny story about this one right here, I found this Megatron at a yard sale. He was laying on a table with a bunch of other toys. I picked him up. Of course, he didn't look as good. He's been Toyhaxed. I picked him up and I looked at the guy and I said, "How much for this toy gun?" And he says, "Oh, I don't know, $5. So I cheerfully, gleefully handed him $5. He took the money, and as soon as he took the money, I start transforming. I'm transforming Megatron back, and the guy looks at me and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know it did that. I didn't know it was a robot. I'm going to have to ask you for more." And I'm like, "No, sir." I said, "You said $5. I gave you $5. This figure is mine now." So this Megatron right here, at least the gun section, the main figure, I got for $5. How cool is that? It's one of my favorite Transformer stories. Well, I was hoping to have that whole story done by the time I finished transforming. Like I said, I go slow transforming Megatron. He just he worries me. 1984, probably never going to get again. But yeah, this is it. This is my absolute favorite nostalgia figure. I love G1 Megatron. And yeah, I don't have enough good things to say about him. He's an awesome figure. And as you see right here, this is how he's supposed to be, with the barrel facing this way. I always take the barrel around back here and get it up and under his arm. So that part right there. Watch me not be able to do it now. I'll move that up. It's not going to work for me now, and I'm not going to force it on camera because with my luck, I will break it. But I would usually try to flip that barrel up over his shoulder just like the cartoon. But yeah, there you go. There is G1 Megatron, my #1 nostalgic figure. Well, I hope you enjoyed that trip down memory lane as much as I did. Like I said, every time I mess with those toys, I am taken back to a simpler time when I am 10 years old without a care in the world. It's my plastic robot in my imagination, and I couldn't ask for a better feeling. I mean, that's why I do this. That's why I collect toys. That's why I show them off to you guys on YouTube. It just brings me so much happiness. I'm not worried about what's going on in the world. It's me and my plastic crack. Now, my question to you is, what figure hits that nostalgic button for you? Which figure, every time you touch or you see, takes you back to when you were a kid? Let me know in the comments below. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to all my current channel members, because it's your support that helps keep this channel going. Once again guys, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah!